Today we're going to be reviewing the SpongeBob Season 1 episode, The Chaperone. Let's dive in right now. Oh boy, this is the episode where Mr. Krabs has SpongeBob go with his daughter to a prom. And what I will say is this episode has a ton of good comedic scenes. Like when SpongeBob trying to dance basically sets off a domino effect of destruction at the prom, and the entire SpongeBob having a lifelike dummy thing. It's also neat seeing Mr. Krabs trying to find a solution to a problem, not for money, but for his daughter. However, this is also the episode that nowadays gets brought up as being the one where SpongeBob goes on a date with a high schooler. And unfortunately, I do have to agree that the implication of that is undeniable, especially when you look at it with the hindsight of a modern perspective. And now, I am going to be going on a tangent about these unfortunate implications. In the Season 4 episode, Whale of a Birthday, Paul has her 16th birthday, which means if we assume SpongeBob has a chronological timeline where each episode takes place after the previous one, in this episode, she can only be at most 15 years old. Dang, SpongeBob is taking a page out of Cosmodo's book. But if we assume SpongeBob doesn't have a chronological timeline, it's possible that this one takes place after the episode Whale of a Birthday, and if that's the case, it's possible she's in 12th grade, and so therefore at least either 17 or 18 years old, which is still a very gross and strange age for a character who is most likely canonically an adult, like SpongeBob, to take to a prom, if you actually think about it. But I don't think you are supposed to think about it. I don't even think the people who made this episode thought about it. The show doesn't even actually have continuity, as people who make the show have said multiple times over the years. That's probably why we don't know how old SpongeBob is. I don't think they can even make up their mind on an official canonical age for SpongeBob. We did get that fake license in Sleepy Time, which had a date of birth on it, but even that is not something that we can use to do the math and find out how old SpongeBob is, because that episode came out in 1999, but the show doesn't specifically take place in 1999, and so the flow of time in the show does not coincide with the flow of time in real life, which we know because in the season 16 special that came out over 20 years in the future, SpongeBob and Patrick's timeline twist up, when Squidina goes back in time to season 1, she mentions that she is only from a few years into the future. Despite this lack of continuity, even though this is a very entertaining and funny episode, I have to say this is a bad episode, just because of those awful implications. But what do you guys think of this episode? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Cartoon Post out.